All right, have and have not fans, you know the drill. Subscribe, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And I really want to talk about something that it's kind of been bugging me since Tuesday night. And it has to do with the hate that Hanna Young has been receiving from the fan base. Now, I've already done a video talking about the hit that Candace put out on her own mother, is going to put out on her own mother. She hasn't done it yet. Moles hasn't aired at the time of this recording, but people were dogging Hanna for not taking the money. And I was a bit confused by that because what really irritated me about the ending of the episode was Benny actually saying, hey, let's go to the bank. But then, Ma got to sign up on it too in order to transfer the money from, his account to whatever account Candace wants to send it to, which is kind of odd because did Benny and Hanna not have to sign for the money to be transferred to the account to begin with? That's weird. I know that Candace came over to the house that night, asked Benny to text her the information because she's going to head to the bank right now, and that was it. I mean, I don't know. It's weird how this stuff works. I already talked about that in my Candace, the hit on Hanna video. You know how I talked about Lloyd and how the bank and how that made no sense. I don't want to do that again. But I don't know why fans were so upset at Hanna for not just using the money, because it literally over almost $9 million. I mean, what she said, I got $32 in the account. What was it like the night before? Benny said there was like, $84 in there. So what happened to was it a situation where $32 of the money is Hanna's while the other $52 is Benny's? Is that how that works? I don't know. I don't even want to wrap my mind around that. It makes no sense. But I'm just thinking about the fact that if the money was in the account, what would you do with it? There are a lot of people saying, man, I know what I would do with that money and this and that and blah. But to be honest, I'm not going to lie. I would probably check it out because I would be freaking out because I would be trying to find out where the money came from. Most people would say you're just, you're looking into something that doesn't need to be looked into. That's a blessing. Well, I feel like almost getting $9 million just dropped in my lap is a bit suspicious. I would definitely want to check it out to make sure it was legit because that money fell into my lap and I didn't know where it came from. And then I found out it was a mistake. I feel like I'll be looking over my corner, looking over my shoulder every chance. So I wouldn't want that to happen. So, yeah, I can understand why Hanna would suspect that Catherine was the one to put the money in the account because lo and behold, right before she checked the bank account, she was on the phone with Catherine asking how much how much Marty was going to be. And, Catherine was like, oh, don't worry, you got the money. And I don't know what that suggested. Was it because the night before Jim told Catherine that Candace took the inheritance and then put it in Benny's account? So Catherine suspected that, she can't afford the money due to the fact that the inheritance is in there. Or is it because of the fact that Hanna's salary would be more than enough to cover the lawyer fees? So I'm really interested to know how that conversation was well written because there are like a double or triple meaning behind it. So when Hanna got on the laptop, checked the bank account, saw the money, it makes sense that she would suspect that Catherine was the one to put the money in there. But then, you have Benny because he shows up and then it's like, no. You don't need to call the feds. Come on, I'm going to call Candace. And then that's when Hanna freaks out. Then Candace comes over, confronts her about it. Well, actually just sits on the couch while Candace, pretty much like, let's talk, two of us alone without it being in the room. And then Benny's defending Hanna. And I don't get it. I really thought that I would not like Hanna in this episode, but I actually did enjoy her because she was just speaking the truth. I mean, literally, the fact that Candace says it was legit, even though I got the money from a blackmail. And Benny was like, no, I ain't taking that money because that's the money you blackmail somebody for. There's death warrant. It's like taking that money is literally writing your own death warrant. The fact that you have this money now means that I want to buy something, but then somebody's going to be trying to track me down and kill me later, which makes sense for Benny to feel that way due to the fact that he has a target on his back thanks to, the Malone family situation now. So he knows better than to get mixed up in some other mess. But then he actually thinks about taking the money. I'm not going to lie. If I was offered $1 million, I would like hesitate for like a moment and think it's like $1 million. But then it's like, Candace is like the Pied Piper of bad schemes and bad influence. I mean, that's interesting. She played on her flute, got Amanda to follow her, then got Jeffrey to follow her, then got Gia to follow her, even though we know Gia's doing her own thing on purpose. Erica to follow her, even though we know Erica was serving her own purposes through Warlock. But yeah, that is interesting to think about. I never really thought of it that way, that even though it was mentioned in the show that, when Candace gets her grip on somebody, not in bed, but in terms of manipulating them, using them to her own means until she deems them worthless. Yeah, she can do that. So Benny actually following her out of the house, it's just dumb because Hannah's there telling is like, I know you're not going to take this money knowing it's from a con, meaning that, and again, it would have been different if Benny and Hanna had not experienced this already due to the fact that the house got foreclosed on. Benny got dragged out of there. Remember how pitiful he was sitting out on the stoop waiting for Candace to show up with the money, but she never did. Then, what was it like? The cops or somebody had to drag him off of the property. Sad day. Lost the tow company. That was his job right there. And now he's putting his faith in Candace again for another scheme. It's just embarrassing. So I really don't know why people are dogging out Hanna, calling her Florida Evans, damn, and all that stuff. Because to be honest, I didn't disagree with Hanna. I do not see why people are saying that she's annoying. I hate the Hanna character. Now, trust and believe, yes, there have been some hypocritical Christian things she's said and done. There have been episodes where I just couldn't stand her character. But this episode, Smitten, was not one of those episodes. I didn't see anything wrong with the way Hanna reacted to the situation. If anything, she handled it a lot better than I expected. I feel like at this point in the show, she's just been like, I'm too tired of this shit. I've been through it with all these kids, enough and enough. I just think about, I feel like Tyler Perry wrote Hanna to be very playing the background in that scene, sitting on the couch while watching her trifling children literally talking about blackmail, extortion in front of her, millions of dollars, because she's said everything that we've already heard before, but it still hasn't stuck with her children. So in a way, she's probably just sitting there thinking, I fail as a mother to have my children standing here in front of me talking about what they're going to be doing by moving millions of dollars from one account to the next. Hey, I want to pay you $1 million. I got this money through blackmail. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I actually liked Hanna in this scene. Then in the next episode, we got Candace threatening her to show how evil she really is if she doesn't sign the papers. And I already talked about how stupid in retrospect the idea of muscling her mother to sign some papers, when more likely than not, there's going to be a hold on the account because Landon and his team is doing everything they can to disrupt any kind of plan that Candace enacts. So even if by some stretch of the imagination she's able to set up a bank account, there's no way that money's going to go there without a hold being placed on it. And this time Landon will not let up. So yeah, again, I just want to say, I don't think Hanna reacted in the, I guess you could say, radical Christian hypocritical way that I thought she would. She actually took this news a lot smoother than I thought. I mean, I actually laughed when she said, we got to turn this money over to the feds. The feds are probably looking for it right now, which is a natural reaction to somebody with some common sense. I mean, yeah, if you got that much money at once without knowing where it came from, you would definitely suspect. Like, that's how, I'm not going to lie. If I got that much money, first thing I do is call Sally Mae, pay off my college loans, finish paying my car off, and, catch up on bills. I'm not late on bills, but you know what I mean? I've always been a person ever since I moved down in an apartment and everything. I like to pay my bills ahead of time. That way I don't have to worry about nobody cutting something off or coming to repossess anything. Like that saying goes, it's better to be broke from paying your bills than to be broke from not working. That's kind of the motto I live by. So yeah, I'd be suspect of that. Like I let the millions sit there for a couple days, okay, no, might go to Burger King. Okay, nobody's going to miss $8. Okay. And then I might, start spending on stuff. But yeah, that's how I would be. That's just how I am. I mean, like they say, though, it is one thing to talk about the scenario, but it's another when you're actually in that situation, how would you react? It might be completely different from how you think you will. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, folks, because I did see some people on the channel saying how they thought that Hanna was acting ridiculous. But if anything, Hanna was the only one who acted even somewhat rational. I will admit, Benny handled it better than Hanna did. Because remember, he was the one that was lied to because Candace said it was thousands of dollars, not millions. So it was good to see that he had a cool head in the situation, but even dumber due to the fact that, number one, he fell for Candace's tricks again. And number two, he actually was going to take the $1 million, but then froze in his tracks when he realized that Hanna has to sign off on it as well, which is kind of odd. So let's say if Benny had to transfer like $50 from one account, like the joint account, to like a family member in need, like let's say they have a cousin in on another part of Georgia. Hey, can you wire me $75 so I can get gas and whatnot for the week? Yeah, man. Hey, Hanna, hey, mommy, you got to sign off on this thing as well so we can both transfer it over. So I don't know. I feel like I should definitely call BB&T or something, just do some research. It's like, hey, if there's a joint account, do both people have to sign off on it? I actually got to go to the bank in the morning. I might actually do that. Yeah, that would be kind of cool because it's always fun kind of researching this stuff before I actually do videos on it. So yeah, if I get a chance tomorrow, I'll definitely look into that. So guys, let me know your thoughts on Hanna in the last episode of the Haves and the Have-Nots. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you all soon.